Torah or Megillah Esther, page Sadik Tes, second column, a little bit past midway on the page. The last thing that the Rebbe is explaining, the level of the concept of Yehudi, which is the level of Bittul. On the other hand, the Haman was the level of Miyach Beit Haish Lasis, the Miyach Beit Melech Lasis Yikor Yosef Mimeni. Haman thought he had a terrible ego, and he says this, that a Jew sins is all from Gaiva because of the Rosh Shdus, because they're really, and that's where Mesiras Nefesh comes into the picture. There's no reason for Mesiras Nefesh, there's no logic for Mesiras Nefesh, because Mesiras Nefesh is a level not Seviv Kolam, not Mamala Kolam, not levels of understanding. Mesiras Nefesh is from the essence. And he says, because Elukus, not Seviv Mamala, Seviv Mamala connected to the creation. The essence of Elukus, whether there is a world, it doesn't change Hashem at all. That's the level that Mesiras Nefesh reaches to, so there's no logic in it. Okay, this is what he says. That's why it's called Yesh Me'ayin. This creation of world is Raka Deyada Levad, is only through a slight revelation, which is called Ayin, compared to the essence of Hashem. Okay, this is where we're up to. Commissioner Kosolik, like it says in the pasuk, and we say in davening, Va'ata Mechayes Kulam. Va'ata Mechayes Kulam means, we say L'chashem Abdullah V'Avora, and Va'ata Mechayes Kulam simply means you give life to everything. But he says, what does Ata mean? Al Rebbe says in Shayichad V'Amuna, Ata is like this. Aleph Tov is from Aleph to Tov, the 22 letters of the Aleph base. The Hey at the end is the 5 formations of the mouth, of speech. Hanucha, Beis is Dvar Hashem Aleph HaTov. And Hey, the 5 is the Hey Mitzvah Sapeh. Shai the Eis is Mechayes Kulam. That through the letters of Al-Torah is the existence of the entire world. Okay, Yehi Od is the existence of all light. Yehi Rakia is the existence of all heavens and everything. And therefore letters are not the thing itself. Letters themselves don't mean anything. You have just a bunch of different letters. When you form the letters in a certain pattern, certain formation of letters, then it means something. Just like the letters by a person when he speaks are in Lak Lavush and Nefesh, only the garments of the soul. It's not the soul. The essence of Hashem is L'mayla Gam B'chinas Madrega Zuan Nisker. Ki Hu Chayacha is even higher than the level that Hashem is our existence. Hashem's existence is through the letters of Torah. Ata Mechayes Kulam. This is the essence of Hashem. Because letters, Chayacha is Mamal and Save, and that's where Chayacha, Kihu Chayach. Like it says, Nafshi V'sicha. It says, Nafshi V'sicha. Simply means my soul likes you. He says, no, Nafshi, because Hashem, you are me, you are Nafshi, you are my Nefesh, therefore V'sicha, I long for you. Ava Mesiras Nefesh. Lahash lechayev mineged. But the concept of Mesiras Nefesh that you cannot separate from Hashem at all, which is higher than the life of life. So he says like this, Mesiras Nefesh, and that's what the Jews had at the time of Purim, which is complete level of bittul, the complete opposite of gaiva. Haughtiness means I exist. Mesiras Nefesh means I give up what I want. Mesiras Nefesh means giving up my will. I give it up for what Hashem wants. That means basically there is no me. There's no me at all. It's only Hashem. That mitzvah, Mesiras Nefesh, there's no logic to it. Why is there no logic to it? Because it's not a level of Hashem that connects to a world where logic could exist. Mesiras Nefesh is a mitzvah. It's one of the 613 mitzvahs. But there's no reason given for Mesiras because it's above reason. And he says, calls that this whole level, this of Mesiras Nefesh, sheyesh b'koyach kol echad miYisrael. Every Jew has it potentially. Skip the 2 lines. Lochein haya oz Mesiras Nefesh b'pil mamish. Not, in other words, the uniqueness of Purim, every Jew has the potential for self-sacrifice. Every Jew, if you're a Jew, you're born a Jew, you have Mesiras Nefesh. Purim, it was actual Mesiras Nefesh brought down into actuality. They stood a whole year with Mesiras Nefesh. Shleili Purim achtos yizbarich. And that's what it says, Vesmaim and Mordechai. Okay, the Pasuk says, when Mordechai, but the Yidden did what Mordechai told them to do, which was instilling Mesiras Nefesh. Ki Mordechai amakir abittul, because Mordechai, like you said before, was the source of bittul. Why? Because Mordechai, you said before, was called Ish Yehudi. Ish means the person in charge. The Mishnah says there was a guy called Ish Harabayis. He was a man in charge of Harabayis. Ish means a prominent guy in charge. Ish Yehudi, the Alter Rebbe said before, the Gemara says, means bittul. A complete subservient to Hashem and completely denying Avodah Zarah. So Mordechai was the Ish Yehudi. Mordechai was the source of bittul, like Moshe Rabbeinu. The Gemara says, not the Gemara. The Medrash says, Mordechai b'deirei k'Moshe b'deirei. Mordechai was Moshe Rabbeinu of his generation. Moshe Rabbeinu is the level v'anachnu ma, right? Complete bittul. So Mordechai, who was the head of bittul, instilled within the Yidden this level of Mesiras Nefesh for an entire year. Not potential Mesiras Nefesh, but actual Mesiras Nefesh. And that's why he started the mimer of, you have to get drunk. But he went right away. How come Purim was the acceptance and Matan Torah was only the beginning? So the Alter Rebbe went into this whole thing about Torah mitzvahs, and then he speaking about Mesiras Nefesh. And he said, "V'zel kibol Yehudim esher chelu lasis shebamatan Torah by Matan Torah gdimu nasa l'nishma." They also had Mesiras Nefesh. They have nasa before nishma, but the Alter Rebbe explained before in the Maimer, that's because Hashem held the mountain over their head, which doesn't mean do or die in a negative way. It means it was a revelation from above of Hashem's love to the Jews that caused them to say Nasa v'Nishma. Right? It was a revelation from above. Purim, the Yidden came to that realization on their own. Through Mordechai. But it was their own Mesiras Nefesh.
And then Shat. So for somebody that is Navi, he has to have certain criteria for everybody to listen to him.
Correct. First of all, it doesn't say anywhere Mordechai was a Navi. He wasn't a Navi. Mordechai was not one of the Nevi'im. But he was the Moshe Rabbeinu of his generation. Without Mordechai, it wouldn't have happened. Mordechai instilled in the Yidden the love of Mesiras Nefesh. And Vata Tzava, the Rebbe elaborates even more on it.
And Mordechai was more important than even Esther.
Mordechai was more important than Esther. Mordechai in his generation, now the Rebbe says in the Maimon, in this aspect of Mesiras Nefesh, Mordechai was greater than Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't have to instill Mesiras Nefesh in the Jews. They all saw the miracles. And there was nobody coming to make a gzeir against Yiddishkeit.
Was he Rosh Hashanah?
Who, Mordechai? Yeah.
He was the Rosh Hashanah.
He wasn't the Rosh. First he was third, and then he became fifth. He was not the head of the Sanhedrin. He was the head of the Sanhedrin didn't make you a Nasi the leader or not. Mordechai was the leader of the Jewish people. Teiran Shekhnesa Gedela. Yeah. Mordechai was one of the Anshe Knesset Gedela. 120 scholars that made all the mitzvahs we have today, rabbinic mitzvahs. So that text of davening, everything was from them. After Moshe Rabbeinu got involved in politics, so to speak, so then he wasn't able to be involved in learning the same way. So he lowered 2 levels.
So it was a Nasi that every Jew listened to for the whole year.
This Mama Mordechai Esther Reisa and the Mama Kiyam is called Divirat Torah Azeis. The Ger says Azeis. Mordechai instilled, Mordechai, that's what the Rebbe, here it's Bekitzer, but in Mevata Tetzav, the Rebbe elaborates what Mordechai did. But Mordechai only instilled Mesiras Nefesh in the time of oppression. Then you have a greater level of complacency, which is a greater level of Mesiras Nefesh, and that's what the Rebbe did. But Mordechai, the Rebbe writes this in the Maimer, by the way. The Mordechai was undisputed leader of Klal Yisrael at that time. Didn't have to be the head of the Bezdin.
Before it said, if you want to listen to someone, there are criteria.
In Daimler Malach Hashem, if you're similar to Malach Hashem, you listen to him. No, and if not, you don't listen to him.
Right.
The Rambam says in yesterday's Rambam, a guy could be a big Talmid Chacham if he's not Yer Shemayim or Bittul, like he's saying here, then he's nothing. Based on what he's explaining here, we discussed this last night at the class also. Torah knowledge is supposed to cause bittul. Usually, Torah knowledge causes ego. Okay? But the truth is, if Torah knowledge causes ego, they should have never learned. That's what it says in Halacha. Never born, never learned. Okay? Torah, ideally, if you're learning Torah with nice and HaTorah in mind, then Torah causes bittul. So Mordechai instilled that level of bittul within the Yidden.
Higher than the Natati.
So 1 second. So if a person learns Torah and he doesn't have the level of bittul, then he's nothing. He's not a leader. Fakir says you shouldn't listen to him. שבמתן תורה אבל דיבור בכין ביטול מסיר כך זוך וככה במערך השווידיש Yosef says because Matan Torah was the bittul coming from above the mountain over their heads כף עליהם אבל במערך השווידיש היה ביטול מצד עצמי סירוסה דלוסת תחילה. So therefore, because they did it, it awakened a deeper level of Mesiras Nefesh than even Matan Torah did.
Wow.